Welcome back to another Ask Me Anything video. This week, I received a question from my dear friend, Chips and Sticks. He is a gamer, a YouTube streamer, and a content creator. So you're definitely gonna wanna check his stuff out. I'll make sure I tag him in the comments and I'll put his stuff, it's on screen. So here's his question. He says, I got around to watching your super helpful video on being consistent. Great stuff. Question, how do you come up with social media content to schedule them to go out so far in advance? Or how far into the week, month do you plan content and schedule them? Great. I'm pretty sure you're not the only person that just tries to, as a content creator, be more efficient. And this is what I'm here for. I do this production management thing, okay? And I'm gonna be sharing tips and tricks and all sorts of things to be more efficient. My name is Monique. I'm a production management specialist, primarily working in the animation industry, and I am the host of Simple Robotix, the podcast, a podcast that explores the animation industry. So this first thing I learned about back in 2019 when I was really trying to streamline my podcast and my efficiency, and I was actually getting into a groove with my social media posting, and it was content pillars. I found this out from this woman here on YouTube, and I don't know if I found her YouTube first or her social media first. Her name is Jasmine Star. And she talked about this thing called content pillars. So think of it like pillars. So I created 3 pillars essentially that my content occupies. My pillars are know, create, animate. Know, I use that for informative posts when it comes to social media, YouTube videos, or podcasts. That's my interviews, that's my Ask Me Anything videos, and that is, maybe like any sort of history or thing like that. And my interviews. Next, I have create. Create is like my vlogs for my short film. Sometimes it can be live streams. Sometimes it could be just like, I don't know, me just doing something. My next pillar is animate. So that is me talking about cartoons, me talking about animation production, which also overlaps with know. Sometimes it can overlap with create too, depending on what I'm creating. But those are my pillars. So everything that I'm posting, everything that I'm putting out on social media needs to fall into one of those pillars or else it's not going there. And then within the pillars, I have rows as well. So my roles would be things like about me. It may be like a motivational quote. It may be like behind the scene footage. So if it's an about me post, is it in the know column, the create column, or the animate column? So do you understand? So that's how I make sure I'm staying authentic to myself and my brand, and also putting out interesting content and diverse content. So it's not so repetitive, if that makes sense. The next thing that I do that allows me to have a good backlog of content to put out there is the Ask Me Anything series that I'm doing. And I encourage all creators to do that actually, because by doing this, I get immediate feedback onto the type of stuff that people want me to do. For instance, you said, hey, how do you create a backlog basically of social media content? How do you schedule things so far in advance? And what does that do? That gives me content to make for you. And I'm sure you're not the only one that has this concern. So maybe creating something that allows people that's already dialed into you, your followers, your subscribers, whoever, to contribute so that you're able to create stuff for them to a certain extent, also, if that makes sense. The third thing, which is new, which I have been obsessed with, a lot of us are weary about AI with good reason. But this Chat GPT and a lot of other AI stuff, maybe I'll get into a video just about some of the AI tools that I use to help make my content creation life so much easier. But this Chat GPT thing, right? So I have used it to say okay, this is my subject. Well, give me 10 potential YouTube videos I can make based on this subject. Out of those 10 videos, I may pick 5 to 7. And then I will start breaking down, and I may even ask for one of the videos, like let's say for this, how do I post social media videos so far out in advance? Give me 3 top talking points for this video. I will take their 3 talking points that the chat GPT gives me, and I will personalize it. I might edit it, revise it a little bit, and then boom, now I have a video. So I will take like a day, a morning, a couple hours, and really start coming out with a whole bunch of topics. And with those topics, how can it be broken down to subtopics, sub-content? And then I pick a day, sometimes once a month, sometimes twice a month, and I film. I like today, as I'm recording this, I already filmed 5 videos before this. And you'll see some of the same shirts, you'll see the same makeup, you'll see the same hair, but they're not gonna roll out back to back. I'm gonna mix them with things that I've recorded in the past and things that I probably am going to record in the coming weeks. So whenever I have my recording days, what I'm saying is I record like 5 videos at a time. So if every month I'm recording like 5 videos at a time and I'm releasing videos once a week, I'm going to have content to post for weeks before I even get there, you know? And that allows me to do a lot of other things. That allows me to do a lot of other planning. That allows me to do spontaneous videos like Reels and TikToks as well. So now to kind of answer your question about, I have my iPad here because like I have notes, like I have your screenshot. I have notes here. So I plan out usually, or I schedule out. I want to get better at how far out I schedule, but I usually schedule out like 2 weeks of social media content at a time. However, I have things going at all different stages. Now, mind you, I have a virtual assistant and I have assistant editor. That is very, very helpful. Not everyone is able to have that, but I've gotten to a place where I'm able to do so. That helps me focus on a lot of other things. When you're one person doing it all yourself, you kind of almost need to step back and pause and do a lot of the planning and the filming, so then you can get ahead of your release schedule, if that makes sense too. Also, something that's very important is like I have a brain dump document. I use project management software of like agile stuff, tracking. So think of like Airtable, Monday, Notion, ClickUp. I use things like that. I actually am a stand for ClickUp, but they are not sponsoring this. So anyways, I use stuff like that, and I just brain dump ideas. Every time I get an idea, I put it there. So it's also not just stuck in my head. Now, when I feel like I'm coming to a point where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to do, I go to that document and I start pulling out ideas, go to ChatGPT, give me talking points for this, that, and the third. And now when 2 weeks from now, when I have my recording day, you know, I'm already prepped. I did my scripts, all this sort of stuff. I just need to practice, make sure I have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 different tops to change into if I feel like it. And I record this stuff and I send them off to my assistant editor. She's able to get like get it off the ground. That's what I kind of visualize it as. And I go back and I do a final pass of it, schedule it for YouTube, and then I move on to the next thing. And we're having a really good system going. I'm so appreciative and so grateful for her. Y'all can't have her. Y'all can't. But that's it. I hope I answered your question. If anybody wants me to expand on anything, just let me know. I love doing this. I am grateful that I'm coming into this space where I get to share tips and tricks for content creation as it, you know, pertains to me and what I think could actually be useful and valuable and tangible. So I believe that's it. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope to see you in the next time. And if you have any questions that you want me to answer in a video, just drop them in the comments. Share this with people that you think could benefit. And I'll see you next time. Bye.